can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you'll get with this, cause this is where it's at. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you'll get with this, cause this is where it's at. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you'll get with this, cause this is where it's at. You can get with this.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Hollywood DA here. Welcome back. Another episode of This Is It. We're reviewing House of Dragon, the season finale for the inaugural season of House of the Dragon, season 1. You know what I'm saying? It was. I got thoughts. I'm just gonna say it had me all over the place. So the whole season, not just this finale. But got my peoples in the building, man. We'll go to Phenom 202. What's good with you, man?
Phenom 202, DDA representative. Yo, I really don't have anything bad to say about this episode, man. I know you say you got some thoughts, but it was an emotional roller coaster, yo. Not gonna front, yo.
That's what it is. And down below we got Corey Roy. What's good with you?
Hey man, look, this is if you've been watching Game of Thrones, you know how they do. Every year, the most excitement comes in the penultimate episode. So you got to expect this with the last episode. It's always going to lead in to what's in the second season. So this episode didn't hit as strong as the previous episode, but I still enjoyed it. But we'll get into it.
Yeah, the previous episode didn't really hit. Which it's like the penultimate be having excitement. That shit wasn't exciting at all. Watching
okay, good point. Good point. You're right. Good point.
We'll get all into that, yo. But again, everybody, thanks for tuning in. If you made it this far, as always, you know, especially if you watch previous videos, share, like, subscribe. It helps the channel grow. And we're gonna jump right into this, yo. So it opens up with little Luke, punk ass Luke, at the table. Oh, is my granddad gonna die? Not because he said his granddad don't die, because I don't want to be the Lord of Driftmark type of shit. Yo, he got on my nerves this whole fucking episode, man. I mean, I know that's the role he was supposed to be playing, but it was just like, man, come on, man. But, so we're trying to figure out, you know, we're still on the cliffhanger, so to speak. Is Corlys going to die or what have you from the blood fever out there fighting in the step zones? Right. And I mean, what y'all think about this little opening scene? I mean, not too much, but what y'all think about it, man?
Well, you know, there's not a whole lot that's going on with this opening scene. It really just lets you know where everything is now happening at this location. We all know what happened in King's Landing. Now we're trying to see exactly, it's setting the stage for what's going to happen here. Immediately comes in, King, you know, died. We all know he's died, and I don't know if we got to this part, but eventually, she gets word of it from Rhaenyra shows up. You know, so Rhaenyra shows up and lets her know, like, look, your daddy gone, and they done took over the throne. I mean, basically, that's what she lets them know, and of course, that's news hits her hard, and you can already see immediately they're pissed. And Daemon, my man Daemon, already is he's like a pit bull with no chain on right now, and she's got to kind of reel him in a little bit. But and you know, like, and I think it's Corlys. We're still trying to figure out where he's at and if he's going to make it. I mean, eventually, you know, we find out where he is later on in the episode. But you can really start seeing this is setting the stage for pretty much everything that happens in this episode. What is she going to do now that they have crowned? Well, the rapist as king.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I thought Luke's character was just reminiscent of all the kid characters in this book. I mean, in this movie. He doesn't want to be the Lord of Driftmark. Aemond didn't want to be king. I mean, Aegon didn't want to be king. Rhaenyra didn't want to be queen. Like, the responsibility, all of them shunned it at first. And that shows you, like, teenagers don't want to, they just want to be kids, man. Yeah. They don't care about their lineage or their duties and none of that stuff. But the funny thing is, yo, like, when Rhaenyra came in, she was like all stone-faced. And that was she came in. She was like, "Yeah, I need an audience with the queen." She got an audience like, "Yeah, your pappy gone, yo, and your brother the king." And like you said, Daemon gets mad, but that thrust her into labor, yo.
Yeah, not as you said, the brother's king. Nah,
Yeah,
I guess it's, what's that? Her nephew? No, you're right. That is her brother.
It is.
Yeah,
I'm all out.
Half brother, yo.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Viserys having no kids late in life, but yeah. So like I said, only good part about the scene to me was just Daemon, because Daemon's like, yo, fuck it, they killed him.
Yeah, you're like, how'd he die?
Yeah, how'd he die? It don't matter. They did it. Look,
yeah,
I don't know what the fuck they said he did it, but he did it. Yeah, you know what I mean. So
just need a reason, yo.
And then I ain't gonna lie, yo. As you said, Rhaenyra, Ray, she's all upset, and all of a sudden she goes into labor again. Like, man, how many fucking pregnancy, labor, deliveries are we don't watch in this fucking show, yo? Like, this shit was dumb as hell to me, yo. I was like, we don't watch like 5 kids get born, yo, on the show.
Yeah.
Not saying like such and just had a baby. I'm talking about we in the fucking delivery room with them, man. Like, I don't want to be a midwife, yo. This show isn't supposed to be focused on motherfucking the what's the word I'm looking for? What's the hospitals and the doctors, the medicine of Westeros, yo.
The maces.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I don't care about the delivery techniques of Westeros, brother. Like, can we get on with this shit? And R.P. to the baby, the baby died or whatever. And this is the second baby that died. Like when it happened. So why are we watching these births? Like I don't get like R.P. baby, but I don't give a fuck about this baby, yo. Did the baby get a name? No, I don't give a fuck, yo. Like, why are we?
You make a good point, yo.
It's killing me, man.
We all know that she was going to survive anyway. We all know that she's going to survive. So either she was going to make it through this horrible birth of a baby, or the baby wasn't going to be born. So you do make a really good point. Was this necessary? Absolutely not. But I think it was. I don't know why they showed it, honestly. I mean, she got upset because her father died, and all of a sudden she goes into early childbirth.
And she didn't even spit out the stillborn. She reached in and grabbed that motherfucker. Was like, ah! I was like, shit. I reached down underneath. Was like, like,
I guess it's to show how tough she is. I guess I don't know.
I need y'all to have some heart, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was already. I didn't mind. I minded the length of the birth scene. It seemed like it went on for a good 5, 6, 7 minutes, yo.
Yes, bro.
So, but now she has a reason to blame them too. They killed her daughter, yo. That's how she's going in her head. Is like, this news caused me to go on labor early, and y'all made me have a stillborn baby. So that's another strike. That's strike 2 in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe foul tip. I don't know. Maybe the death of her dad was like a foul tip. But still, this is like,
I think what strike 1 was, not the death of her dad, the crowning of the, like, they did it blatantly behind her back. The crowning of her
all of it. I mean, like, how many times do you get hit with bad news? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Pops died, now they can't gave your brother the crown.
Yeah, true.
But it had to be. I mean, that part to me, I understand her being like super pissed about it, but all that shit had to be expected, yo. Like, if she ain't see this shit coming a mile away, yo, she don't deserve to be queen.
I mean, I don't
like not that she could really did anything to stop it, because you can't really do anything till Viserys died anyway. It's not like she's in King's Landing, which is smart. I mean, you know what I'm saying, they where they at, but they had to know that once it's going down, it's going down.
I don't think so. The only reason I say that is because they went back to the crib. Everything it was Gucci. Like, they didn't know that Viserys said anything to Alicent.
It's so long with this thing, they just thought it was another day. I mean, which you would have thought after they seen the guy with no eye, they would have been like, okay, he's really knocking on death's door, so it's any day now. But I
thought she did think that, but I thought she also relied heavily on the loyalty and the words of the king across the land.
Yeah, and she felt like probably so after she was about to leave, because it felt like her and Alicent had a moment, and she said, I'll be back. But of course, we all know that went up in flames because middle finger and everybody set the plans in motion immediately after it died. So, whatever thoughts that her and Alicent did have, she still had that over where she was. But that all went out the window. And of course, we all know Daemon was ready, man. And of course, they're looking at Rhaenyra now that this situation is back to figure out, okay, are you going to be on our side or not? Because we going to need y'all. For real.
Rhaenyra, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of so I will give Ollie his props on saying like she should have known. She should have known.
She should have, yeah.
Somebody should have been in the ear. She should have had like a hand to the queen or whatever, saying, "Yo, you can't trust them. Can't trust them."
She really does not have that. If you really think about it.
Damon's a hand. My bad. And my bad, folks. I'm looking down. I think the connection had dropped for a second, man. But we back on. Go ahead.
You really think about it, she does not have that. She does not have a council of advisors. She just has Daemon. And we know what he thinks.
Yeah. But and then like you said with Rhaenyra, she didn't say didn't declare her loyalty at that time.
Right.
Like Corlys, she had to talk to Corlys about that.
Yeah. She definitely was like, I gotta talk to my husband. See what's going on, because she really ain't trying to get involved with this shit. She's trying to at least.
I got a question though. How could she not be involved? She the one going running back there. That's the cognitive dissonance that she has, yo. Like, I don't want to be involved, but you put yourself smack dab by basically pointing a gun at people, yo, and don't use it. You had the dragon,
and
don't use it.
I mean,
and then you go back and snitch. You're in the middle of it, yo.
I'm with you, man, 100%. But I guess in her head, she's like, we could step this one out, maybe, possibly. Of course not, but you know what it is. We do get Daemon. He's starting to plot. You know what I mean? Basically, he's like, yo, we about to shore up the shores, this and that. It's a couple of old members of the King's Guard that's out there with him. He brings the dragon. I was like, yo, who you loyal to? All right. Like, what the fuck they gonna say? I'm like... Well, I guess there's some people.
That's true.
Back in the day, I guess there's some people with honor, but I would have been like, "Yo, I'll serve whoever. I'm not gonna get burnt by."
That part right there, you got to circle back a little bit. The reason why he did it, because Jace was like, "Yo, all these people swore allegiance to my mom already, so." And Daemon was like, "I'm gonna show you what loyalty is." Yeah,
basically.
It took that dragon is loyal.
Loyalty is fear, putting fear. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess I did skip over the part. Was it during the funeral, or what have you? One of the Erics.
Eric with an E.
I guess this is good Eric. We got evil Eric and good Eric. He came.
Right.
He done smirked out the King's Landing with the crown in the bag and the satchel. He done stole the crown off somebody's head. I wonder how he got that joint.
Alicent told him she had one of her people put up the crown.
Oh, okay.
So okay, because I couldn't remember that either. I was like, where did he get that from?
He snuck that off the body. I was like, so he snuck out the crown. Prince Ray, everybody kneels, you know what I'm saying? And Rhaenyra is looking at her with a twinkle on her eye, like, oh, that could have been me. She does it so well, or what have you. I guess this is like her turning point as far as, from when to be out it. Seems like. Yeah, from when to be out it to, all right, maybe I'm about to just go ahead and roll with Prince Ray. Princess, I should say Queen Ray now. Yeah. The Queen is back.
Yes, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, you can jump on in.
No, I mean, she definitely is. She definitely was on the outskirts, keeping her distance. She was trying to be Switzerland, even though she really couldn't be. And look, anybody knew she was going to roll with Ray anyway. I mean, there was no reason not to. I mean, it did seem like.
Oh, it's a big ass reason.
Oh, what's that?
You killed my son.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
that's a big reason. That's why. But the thing about it is, Corlys was like, well, because I take that back. She was like, y'all were foul for stealing the crown from Rhaenyra.
Yeah.
And that's why she was kind of tiptoeing around the situation. But I think when she saw the crown on Rhaenyra's head, she was like, all right.
Yeah. And then, I mean, when it comes down to, because even then, Corlys, when he woke up, he was like, yo, we ain't got to do it no more. We can just take our grandkids and go. I was like, your grandkid, your daughter's already got betrothed, to the other Queen's kids. Like, no, they in it. Like, ain't no out. Like, you know what I mean? You are in it thick. You can't just run off now. That shit ain't happening.
Started thinking differently once he came close to death.
Yeah,
he changed the tune. Then.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Hey, yo, was y'all happy that he ain't die, yo? Like, cause they're killing off all the black people, yo.
I was happy, yo, because I sure enough thought he was gone.
I thought he was gone too.
Because all the black folks they got shifted out of here.
But dead or escape, yo.
Yeah. And Rhaenyra, she does her thing. She basically, I don't want to even say persuades, but lets him know that we have to side with the Targaryens.
Yeah, she just dropped. I mean, it's like I said. It's logical, and there's no other way around it. So you gotta do what you gotta do. So really, a lot of. Of course, we get the big shit at the end, but until then, it's just a lot of talking, man. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's a lot of strategizing. I was like, man, that's all cool, but like this strategy sessions just ain't interesting, man. Like, I need like Tywin Lannister. I hate keep comparing this to Game of Thrones, but I need like Tywin and Tyrion, like both of them. Like Tywin was Tyrion. Yeah, Tyrion brought the comedy. Yeah. Tywin was serious as shit, but he'll have a quick whip to somebody. Like, you like, shut your little ass up. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And see, the strategies also in Game of Thrones was great because when they said, we sent the Raven to so-and-so, they would show where they went. Mm-hmm. And they would show the people pick up the message and start talking and stuff like that. So you could kind of feel the organic of them joining with different people because they would get the message and certain people would do this, but of course, COVID. So they're all talking in the room saying, we sent them a raven to blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And we sent the raven to this. And there's all strategy around this block that, so it is different. So I didn't feel that. I thought it was cool.
It was that bad, yo. Because when I was sitting there listening, I'm like, they're like, yo, we need to get these people on our team. They be like, they ain't gonna have no loyalty to you. And it was like trying to go back and forth to see who's going. It was like chess. Who's loyal with me? Who's not? Who do we send a raven to? And then them sending her kids out. Yeah. All right, you get on your dragon. You go here. You go here. Yeah. And that shit was like, to me, I thought it was good.
Yeah. And maybe
I didn't mind it either.
Maybe I was just frustrated. Well, first off, you already know my number one pet peeve with this damn show is like every
people in the room, yo.
Every season is the same motherfucking. I say every season, every episode, like you get one set piece. Like that shit just irks me, yo. So this one we did get a second at the end. So that shout out but that was a big grand finale. Like the grand finale is like we saw another castle. and a lot of darkness, but but this whole thing, I guess, not to blow yada yada. Otto came. He brought, I guess, like an old joint that Ray and Allison used to read or what have you. What's that page out of the book or whatever?
A page out of the book they was reading in the first episode.
Yeah, the first episode. So she's wondering what she's pondering. Like all of a sudden she's wavering a little bit. Like maybe I shouldn't for the keep the peace type of deal. And that's my homegirl. We could work something out. What I found funny was watching this episode. The only motherfuckers that's been to war, that's in the room, that really commanded some shit, is Corlys and Daemon.
Yeah.
Daemon said off jump, yo, we got 13 dragons, 4 wild ones. Let's go fuck them up in this. Mm-hmm. No. Even with Corlys, before he offered the siege, when she was like, we're trying to figure something out, like, we're waking up. He was like, oh, we ain't on the attack type. He was like, yo, what we doing? Like these are the motherfuckers that got military experience. Yeah. And it's crazy because it's been so much peacetime. Like, even when Sir Simp got made into the King's Guard, they was talking about how none of the people really had fighting. Like, he was one of the only few that had fighting experience.
Right, true.
So we got
yo, Viserys the peaceful, yo.
But yeah, which is a good thing. But I'm just saying the motherfuckers that got fight. Shouldn't we be listening to the motherfuckers with war experience?
You make a great point, man, because even her rebuttal back to that when he said we had all those dragons is, well, none of those dragons have ever gone to war. But Daemon is still like, it don't give a fuck. We got dragons.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter. These people have not been in war and we got dragons. It doesn't matter. We got 13 is what he's saying to their 4. So the numbers are in their favor with the dragons, regardless of whether they go to war or not. So yeah, you're right. Nobody wants to go to war, and they really could lay waste to them, really, if they wanted to.
I mean, so I thought about it too. I don't know if all the dragons, because some of the dragons didn't have riders. Mm-hmm. So it was cool when Daemon went down there and started talking to the 100-year-old dragon, trying to see who's going to be that rider.
He's probably going to take
I think
that.
he'll switch. Yeah, I think he'll switch sides.
Think so? I think he might give it to one of his daughters, yo. I don't want him to.
No, that dragon's big.
That's big. Actually, because I think that's the biggest one. Because
it's the second biggest one.
When.
Oh, it's not the one that dude's riding at the end?
Nah, because I was doing some reading
there's a wild one. There's a wild dragon that's the biggest. But see, and then I thought, yeah, you're right. You know, I mean, it might be the second biggest. There's a wild
100 years old.
There's a wild one that's the biggest, and then that one, because that was the king, the kings before Viserys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
It was Jag something.
That was his dragon.
Yeah.
And then Vagar, you know, the other big dragon that Aemond rides.
Well, it looks like Daemon is definitely going to take it over, because they even had that scene where they looked in each other's eyes.
Yeah, he's saying a lullaby. He starts whispering those sweet nothings in his ear. He was like, yo, come on, player. We might have to go to war.
I mean, I think if anybody, Daemon was always looking ahead, because he's been trying to get these dragons and all this stuff all this time anyway, because he probably was ready that it was going to come any day now.
He said, yo, we got 13 dragons and I got some eggs in the joint. He was like a old rich bitch. She was like, yo, I got some eggs in the freezer. Like, yo, we can plop
this joint in the incubator right now, ready to hatch.
We can plop these joints out whenever we need. Yo. Let's go.
Yeah. Basically, he got them in the incubator, ready to go. You know?
Yeah. So this dragon is 100 years old, and it's the second biggest dragon.
Second biggest, okay.
Yep. So, but the thing about it is, of course, dudes who've been to war want to go to war. You know what I'm saying? You either have dudes who've seen war and don't want it, or you have people who've seen war and want it. You know what I'm saying? But he's not wrong. They usurped the crown. They stole the crown. They went around him and took the crown from him.
Yeah.
But, Rhaenyra, I'm ready for Otto to go. I just hate his face. I hate his hair. Hate his demeanor. Hate everything about him. His smugness. All that shit. Yo, this nigga got hat hair. He ain't got no hat on, yo.
Yeah, that's everywhere in life. He always does, yo.
But he was still talking shit on the bridge.
He still
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's like, yo, Aegon got the crown in front of 1,000 people. They had a ceremony, all that stuff. So all the pageantry shows that they have no reason not to believe he's not the king.
Yeah, he was saying all that to her in her face, and he was digging in, man. He was like turning that sword, man, putting salt on the wound and saying, well, look, you can say you're the queen, but this is what's happened. So it's, did you think the fight was going to go down, or it was just going to be the way it was? Like he was just going to draw off swords
I didn't even know fight. Yeah.
I think because later on, once you see Luke go to the Riverlands or whatever, or
he went to Baratheons.
That's where he went at the end, the Baratheons. Okay.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, whatever.
That makes sense. That's right, because it was always. That's right. It was always rainy there at the Baratheons.
Storm's End.
Yeah, it was always. Yeah.
Shout out to Robert Baratheon, my favorite king. He got stuck out there, a drunkard.
Yo, it's so funny. Like they keep passing off these kids like they is. Yeah. Like Baratheon was, that was all Jaime's kids when they say he was the daddy.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, I know. Yeah, yo, the Baratheons always in some mix, yo. Right now we got like what's going on? But no, these are Sir Strong's kids. But either way. He tripped me out though. I guess we could go ahead and get to it. Like Corey mentioned earlier, they was talking about sending some ravens. Which one is it? Luke? No, Jax.
The
Jax.
youngest one.
Jace. No, the oldest
I
one.
can't remember.
Jace is saying that we should go. And honestly, Jace is about it, yo. It's always these second sons is ready
always
to
the
do.
second ones, yes.
Well, hold up, man. Luke did stab up Aemond for his brother, though. So he was about it at the time.
Actually, it's funny. Luke is the youngest one, right?
No, Luke is the oldest one.
So why does he look younger?
So Jace is the oldest one. He's the one he's the heir to the crown.
Okay.
So Luke gets drift marked because he's the second son. He's like Prince Harry, yo.
Yeah. But so actually Jace is about it, yo. So they fly out. Luke flies out to meet Boris Baratheon. He lands. He sees Rhaegar there. I ain't to lie, yo. If I saw that shit there, I would be like, because you already know who rides him.
Yeah.
You know he's there, yo.
Yeah.
And I've been calling him a punk the whole time. Y'all probably like, you know what? That's probably not a good idea. Because I ain't to lie, yo. I thought at this point they was just gonna hold him hostage. That's what I thought this was gonna end, like them taking him hostage. And he was just walking in there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he walks in there, he makes his pitch. My boy's like, yo, you ain't even offer me shit, yo. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't marry one of these my fine daughters right here.
And they weren't even bad looking. That's the thing. It wasn't like they was like
I got the steel shot. They not bad looking, but they ain't bad either.
But we seen some.
They ain't as bad as the ones from the previous Game of Thrones, like
Frey daughters.
Yeah, what's that? From Riverwalk? Was that Riverwalk? Yeah. But you know,
nobody wanted to marry them.
Yeah, Frey was a wild dude though.
Yeah.
That was crazy though. When he stepped into that situation, I'm not even gonna lie, I was like, yo, he's a doomsday right now.
Yeah, it was a wrap.
It was a wrap. I mean, as soon as he landed and you heard the dragon from behind, you could see him in the background to his little ass dragon. I was like, yo, we already know who's there. Aegon's there, you know. Aemond there. I'm sorry, Aemond's there. So I knew it was bad, but I got to give it up, man. I felt for the boy.
Yeah,
he's trying to do his best. Yeah. He's nervous. He's scared to death, but he's stepping up because he understands the situation that he's in. And he got hit with. He gives a proposal. Good doesn't go for it because he said, "Yo, you got nothing for me." And then my man says, okay, well, you don't got nothing for him, but I got something for you. I want an eye for it. Like we had the last time. Right before he walks out the door, I was like, oh, snap. So I thought at this moment, it was actually going to go down. That's what I actually thought. Because I initially thought like you, Ali, they're probably going to imprison him or some sort. Yeah. But when I saw this happen, I thought, oh, they actually going to fight. And he was probably going to lose an eye.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought this whole scene was like very tense. I felt bad for the youngin, yo. I'm not gonna front. And dude, I mean, the Baratheon was talking shit to him, like, hold up, you come in empty-handed. You don't respect my house enough. Your mama don't respect my house enough to offer me anything.
Yeah.
No protection, no nothing.
Yeah, and I had to lie. I'm gonna let you get right back to it, but when he said something, I was like, because I didn't even think of it as disrespect. But then when he said, I was like, yeah, I guess that is disrespectful. When he read that shit, he was like, oh, you're supposed to remind me of my oath, like, you know what I mean? Like, so I was like, oh shit. I was like, yeah, you can't be saying that, yo. But go ahead.
But that's the ignorance that you said Rhaenyra had, man, because she was relying on what they said 20-year-old oaths to her dad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And people, I mean, we know in our today's world, people don't respect precedent. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers change the rules on you when they want to change the rules on you.
Yeah.
And that's how the game go. And she's a female. No queen, female heir, wasn't gonna happen, yo. But I knew something was gonna go down when I saw Aemond standing there. Nobody was there to protect Luke. Just him and Aemond. And the only person that protected him at that time was the Baratheon cat.
Yeah.
He said no bloodshed on my.
No bloodshed.
He said he threw that knife down. He's like, yo, you gonna take your own eye.
I know. He said, I ain't gonna take it. You don't do it. I was like, dang.
I was like, yo, like. I mean, I felt really tense at that moment. And then, he goes back outside to his dragon. It's storming. I guess Storm's in. That's why they call it Storm's in.
Yeah, then he looked to his side.
It saw that big dragon.
No, the big dragon was dead. Like we
No,
went out.
the dragon was dead.
Yeah, that's what that was my key. I was like, oh, what the
I was
like, let me go back inside.
He was in a bad spot because he couldn't go back inside because Aemond was in there.
No, the dragon was missing. So if the dragon's missing, Aemond probably already got on the dragon and started circling.
I would have went back inside. I would have went back inside. Okay. I ain't gonna lie, yo. It's funny because, like I said, I've been calling him. I've been calling Luke a punk ass motherfucker. But I would have been a punk ass motherfucker right there. I would have went back inside and like, yo, Bradley, what's up, player? Like, I use the bathroom real quick. I'm like,
let me wait for this rain to die now.
I know. I'm a little tired. This weather. Ooh, how about this weather? Like,
so what's your daughter's name again, yo?
I know.
Something, man.
I know.
But that's the thing, yo. So I'm not gonna lie. I think the ending of this episode was one of the best episodes. I mean, parts of the whole season. You know what I mean?
I agree with that. Yeah.
I thought, when Luke got on his dragon, and we already knew it was gonna happen. I didn't think that ending was going to happen.
I didn't think the ending was going to happen.
But when you see his dragon flying, and you see the big dragon appear and go away, I'm like, yo, that shit was fire.
Yeah. And just the size differential on these dragons was so far. It
was like night and day.
It was like Shaq.
Andre the Giant against Rey Mysterio.
I know, Shaq and Muggsy Bogues. I was like, God damn, yo, that motherfucker
his only chance of getting away was just being smaller and quicker. But even then, it just it didn't. I felt sorry for him, man, because he really it was almost like he knew he was in a bad spot, but he had to get back. Yeah. And the whole time you can see him when he's riding the dragon, the rain, he's tense. He's looking all around, trying to figure out where the dragon is. And as the lightning comes in, like you're saying, Fetus, you can see the images in the background. So you know this shit's coming, yo.
Yeah. Shit was fire.
I thought he was going to get away though. Once he got down into that little whatever in the cliffs and got down into the cliffs, I was like, okay, I think he's going to get away.
Thought he was going. Yeah, I'm with you. I thought he was going to get away, but it was only for like a second because once he went out and it was all sunny outside, I was like, oh, it's a wrap. Like that's how I knew it was a wrap. Like, if they would have cut scene right there, I was like, yo, he probably got away. Once he came out to the sun, like,
I still thought he was going to get away.
I thought he was still going to get away.
Look, like Game of Thrones, yo, when something good happens, yo, somebody's dying, yo. Just like when somebody, you be like, yo, we about to get married. Somebody's dying, yo. Like whenever something good happens, somebody dies.
Okay, good point. He would have got away though. What happened was he had to go back and do a sucker punch.
But he didn't.
That's why he did.
No, he didn't. The dragon did. Yeah, because I actually
quote to you real quick, and I'm gonna let you explain it.
Yeah, really? Go ahead. Yeah. So he didn't go back and strike the dragon on the side. That was
I'll let Phoenix.
So this is what Viserys said earlier. He said the idea that we control the dragons is an illusion. They're a power man should never trifle with. One that brought Valyria to its doom, and if we don't mind our histories, it will do the same. Meaning, we don't control these dragons, man. You know what I'm saying? That dragon. Nobody can control their dragons. It's an illusion. And go ahead, Ollie, finish on what you about to say.
Yeah, I was going to say first.
So why did the dragon go back and fire him then?
Because the motherfucker was getting hunted. Like I'm
instinct kicked in.
Instinct kicked in. Because first watch, I was like, oh, whatever. But then I ain't like I watched that part again. Luke is saying, no, don't do it. Like, don't do it, don't do it. And he spit the joint anyway. Boom. And then Vagar gets mad. He gets mad. Yeah. And you hear the whole time at that point he starts coming at him. Aemond's like saying no. Neither one of them can control the dragons. And honestly, it kind of makes it like when you think about it, they're both in this during this time, they're like kids. Like even though Aemond looks old as a motherfucker, he really is supposed to be like a teenager. You know what I mean?
16. Dude look like he's 35.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of memes out there. They got the Bad Boys 2 meme. He's like, how old are you? 16? Nigga, you look like you're 30.
Yeah, I was gonna say he definitely pulling a Luke Perry. Like, I'm about to be in high school for 40 years at the age of 30. Like, I'm gonna be. Like, weren't you 30 last year? I was like, I'm just gonna keep being motherfucking 16 forever. 16 forever. but they both young, and honestly, Aemond hasn't even had like this motherfucker got the biggest dragon as far as like anybody's riding. And he's had him probably the least amount of time because he got his dragon late. He wasn't even been training on him like that. So
right.
Yeah, so basically this turned into a dragon. Once your boy, like you said, Corey, a little sucker punch. He gave him a little jab. That's all it took. And Vaga was like, "Oh, we for real? Like, oh, you spit fire? Like, we for real?" It was like the Great White Height. Like when he was like, dude hit him. He was like, "Oh, you for real?
Oh, you
like,
for real?" Yeah,
that's
exactly what happened. But that was that was some great effects because that was a pretty good looking but bad death. That's a bad way to go. He especially swallowed his ass, like chopped him up, yo. Like
he won that bite and pieces start falling.
Yeah, I was about to say dragons start falling apart.
Well, I mean, Aemond knew
that shocked me,
fucked all the way up.
Yeah, because his face afterwards, he was like, "Oh damn, yeah, I know, you done fucked up, right?" He was like, "Yeah," like you can see it on his face, because I'm sure, even though he an asshole, I don't think he really wanted to kill him.
I think he wanted that eye though.
He might have wanted that eye, but he wasn't trying to kill him for real.
Because he knows at the end of the day, what's at stake, what's going to happen.
Now it's no turning back. Now, I mean, honestly, it's just like once that happens, there is no turning back.
But and that's kind of goes back to what I said at the beginning with Rhaenyra, man. She lost her daddy, lost her crown, lost her baby, lost her son. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And all of it, I mean, she has no choice. But I mean, like you can't turn back. No, it's all bets is off.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, Allison. I mean, we gotta wait for 2024, man.
Yeah. What is up with that?
To find out what the fuck Allison think when she found out her son was fucked up.
2 years later.
Man. Yeah, I'm sure she's gonna be mad, but what can she do? She can't do nothing. Like she can't give him up. So
I mean, so I was reading about something about like the reason why either Luke got killed, B, he survived and had amnesia or something like that. These are all theories and stuff like that. And he'll never know where he is or whatever. He's like a fisherman or something. But then they were talking about, they found out that his dragon was dead because his body started washing up to the sea. Like
but that's all that stuff. But see, that's what I was going to ask. So how did they know he died? Like when at the end when Daemon, I guess, tells her that he died, and she turns and does her little stare into the camera shit. I'm just like, yo, man, they was over the middle of the ocean, and the thunderstorm and this and that. I mean, they got above the storm clouds, so it's clear there. Yeah. But that shit would have fell back into the water, like into the rain clouds. Like, who the fuck? How did anybody know as he died? Yo, if I was Amy, I'd just roll back and be like, I don't know what happened. I'm good. like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
good point. I mean, it makes
somebody
sense,
was out there with telescopes and binoculars. It's like, I was like, yo, I don't know what happened to that dragon. That shit fell apart. I'm like, I don't know. He got one of them old school dragons. Like he should. That nigga got an old Hyundai dragon. Yo, he should get that new shit. Now that shit fall apart on your ass.
It makes a good point. It's just for the sake of TV to move the story forward, but you really, I'm sure in the book they explain how they found out. Yeah, they just didn't do it for the sake of time, but it does make the question readers. Like, we're not book readers, so it would be interesting. How did they find out, or is this slightly different from what's in the comics? I mean, what's in the books? Because sometimes for the sake of television, you do change things around a little bit for the sake of TV in order to fit the story you're trying to do. But I would like to know how they know, because if he got pieces everywhere, it could have been anything. Why he got pieces.
And when a motherfucking plane crashes in the ocean, yo, half the time they don't find that shit. Like it's multiple times. It's like dozens and dozens of cases. Like when planes crash above the ocean, they don't find, like, you know how big the ocean is. I mean, you know what I mean. I don't think we really fathom like what that is. So.
And who was out there that found it? And I'm sure they only found a finger.
So in the book,
so it's like if you fall overboard on a cruise, it's like a wrap, yo. Like, because even though they can try and stop, turn around, whatever, like, it's so vast and just the color of the current, the way the sun hits the water, like, you don't see shit. Like nobody's on find these motherfuckers.
Nope. And you got sharks and other animals to deal with, and you can't float for so long, yo.
No.
So in the book, it says that there were watchers on the castle walls, saw distant blasts of flames, and heard a shriek cut the thunder. So the book says that Eric's head and neck washed up on the cliffs of Storm's End.
See, they should have showed that, man. Even though they can't
show that shit. That
would have made like way better, more sense. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if they didn't show like the head and everything washed up, like if they were just had somebody out there that saw it, like just so we knew somebody, it was like some kind of record of it or what have you. You know what I mean? Because you know, no matter who saw it, words don't get back because people don't be talking like, oh, this happened. Like the words don't get back. So
that would have been good if they did that. We only needed like 5-10 seconds of that. That's it. Nothing crucial.
I mean, they spent so much time trying to turn Rhaenyra into the
Mad Queen.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen so many things like showing their looks of their anger and their scowl on their face. Talk about like, you know, it's no coming back. This war is inevitable. You know what I mean? Which is fine. I mean, we see that. But I like Ollie said, I needed to see that something show how everybody knew about it.
Yeah, they could just have somebody to Daemon, even if it ain't somebody at the castle, yo, it's just somebody on the hillside. Like I was out walking my sheep. Oh, look at that, like a group or whatever, like something. I don't know, man.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree, and that's the only issue I had with the episode. Like I said, I thought the episode was a great episode.
Yeah, me too.
It wasn't a 10. It was like I say like an 8.5.
I think it was a great episode. My only gripe with this is that I have to wait till 2024. I don't like that.
That sucks.
What sucks.
This episode, it was good. I mean, it had some good scenes, and I mean, honestly, yo, like, but see, this is what I'm gonna say, man. I know I'm gonna sound like a horrible person, but fuck it, I'll just be a horrible person. Who died this episode? The baby?
Luke.
And Luke. Yeah.
Guess how much screen time have I had with Luke, yo? 10 minutes tops.
This version of Luke?
Any version of Luke, what, 10, 15 minutes tops? I have no emotional connection to Luke, yo.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
The only time I ever saw Luke was, I guess, when they gave Aemond the pig at that dinner for, what's that, like a couple of minutes in them, like whatever. I mean, of course, when he takes the eye, whatever.
Right.
But, like, think about it. For real, total screen time of Luke. How many words you think Luke has probably said this whole season?
Yeah.
Over 100?
Yeah.
He ain't made it over 100. I don't think, like, you know, what's the over-under?
Yeah,
like,
that.
I don't.
I look at Luke as more of a pawn. Like, I think he's just something to push the war narrative forward.
That's what I'm saying.
He's what you call a MacGuffin. You know,
I got you on that. I mean, I understand why he's there. Like, I mean, he's there. He dies. It sets off the war for real. Like, they've been on the fence. Yeah. What I'm saying is that him dying really, I didn't have any feeling about it. I was just like, oh shit. But it was more shit because the dragon ate the other dragon. One of the old shit that Luke died. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't. I had no emotional connection to it.
You had more of like, oh shit, when the dragon got caught.
Yeah, like, I mean, like Luke dying meant nothing to me. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean,
I had no affinity towards. I mean, I just thought, like I said, I'm like, oh shit, they killed one of her kids and a dragon.
But I'm just saying, if it's gonna be the big death, yo, we get like Ned, we get people killing Tywin, we get.
So you're saying that this season, this season had no big death that was like, oh snap, I can't believe they did that.
I mean, if something's gonna be like the shocker of the season, like this was definitely not the shocker of the season. Right, like, you know what I mean?
But see, you're in a super minority. Like for some reason, like all day. Well,
I know.
All day I've been reading like
I saw
reactions.
Yeah, people love it. Yeah,
and you know, people like literally crying and stuff. I'm like, it won't cry worthy.
But
I mean,
but that's what I'm saying. Like I wouldn't cry over him dying because I don't know anything about him, yo. Besides just knowing who his mama and daddy is, I know nothing about this kid, yo.
I mean, it caught me off guard. I was shocked.
We won't follow him around.
I was stunned when it happened on screen.
All right, and after the stunness went away, I don't know if that's a word. Did you feel sad? Like, were you like, oh,
I felt more shocked.
I mean, were you like, damn, they killed my boy?
I had a shock value, but no,
like even when Joffrey died,
sad.
I was happy. Like this is what I'm saying. Even when Joffrey died, yo, it was we had such a connection to Joffrey, whether good or bad.
Right.
It was some emotions when he died. I was like, finally, they got that motherfucker. I was like, yeah, like you know what I mean, like
yeah, I felt that way too. Yo.
Yeah,
like,
you know what I'm saying, like
about damn time.
When this kid,
like when Ned Stark died,
I was like, oh shit, and I felt bad. I was like, damn. Yeah. I was like, yo, they really did my boy like that. Like, you know,
when they finally killed Jon Snow. I mean, even though they brought him back, when Jon Snow finally died, you felt that. When Jon Snow's wife, the one that says, "You know nothing, Jon Snow," you know. So I feel you. They gave us a lot so that when the death happened, it meant something. But look. We know this story is not about these kids.
No, it's not.
It's about Rhaenyra and Alicent, and they're unfortunately they're pawns in the Game of Thrones. Unfortunately, they're pawns in the game. Even though they're queens, they're really pawns in the Game of Thrones because it's the people around them that have put them in this position so that they can play the game around them, and that's what this is really all about.
I agree with that, Corey, wholeheartedly, because this whole show is based on Rhaenyra. If you look at it, you know, yes, she lost a kid, but also she lost her baby daddy early in the episode. And we didn't see that much screen time with him, but we felt it when, you know, he was sticking up for his kids when Sir Simp was, you know, bullying his kids.
Yeah.
And then, you know, he really couldn't say nothing. And then he get burnt up by his own brother. He was like, "Oh damn!" You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
No, I wasn't. I was like, "Oh damn, it's messed up." I wasn't sad though. It was no emotion. Honestly, I think maybe it's due to the time jumps or what have you, and just not seeing the.
That's a good point.
Even though it's the same character, but it's just seeing different faces a lot. Like every 3 episodes, been new face. Like I don't really have. Honestly, I don't really have attachment to too many people in this, so that's why.
Her kids ain't good. I mean, her kids ain't relevant. Like even the oldest one, like he had a couple lines, but he's still like a sucker to me compared to his cousins.
Yeah. But I think now that they got this group, I'm pretty sure they'll ride out for a while. It's gonna be the group that
I hope so, and who knows? That might be the reason why they're doing 2-year jumps to allow the kids to grow. So that they don't have to keep changing faces on us all the time. Maybe that's why. I
hope they don't do no jump next season. They shouldn't.
I hope not. I mean,
I think this is it. Like I think they're about to the next few seasons is just gonna be like in this.
They should, yo. Yeah. I was also reading. It was like in the next season it's supposed to be a lot of war and a little bit more humor. So Ali might get what you want, yo.
You may see different
violence
places.
And comedy, yo. Maybe a mixture of a violent comedy depth show.
All right. There we go. So let's just we go ahead and let's wrap this up, man. As far as overall for the season, Corey, what you got this like for the overall, not just this episode. I'm talking about the
overall for the season. I say about an 8.5.
All right,
8.5. That's where I'm landing.
What about you, Phenom?
I'm with Corey. I'm gonna say there were some things I wish they would have did better. But overall, I was entertained, yo.
Yeah.
I came back every week.
Yeah, overall, I know I've been talking shit about this last couple episodes. I mean, it's just certain things I don't like. They're like pet peeves. But I definitely give it a 8. I wouldn't go 8.5. I would be between 7.5 and 8. Like, the episodes I like, it's not even parts of the episodes I like. Like, every episode has parts I like. And the parts I like a whole lot. You know what I mean? It's just the other parts a little bit, whatever. So when they hit the strides of the parts I like, I really enjoy it. But there are no bad parts. I'll give it that much. So it's like the floor is high. How can I say? For me, the ceiling may not be super high, but the floor is high. Like, it's never garbage.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So they did a good job.
Who's your favorite character for the whole season?
That's a good question. That's good.
I mean, for me, it's not even close.
Daemon.
Oh, who's yours then?
Damon.
Damon.
I don't know,
He's
man.
the most consistent.
Yeah.
I only got 2, and both mine are bad.
But like older Aemond.
You know, I was
Aemond.
Nah. Oh yeah, Aemond. Yeah, I was thinking Aemond. Yeah, Damon and Aemond, yo, like the motherfucking twins.
Yeah. You know, it's hard to see what my favorite character is, but I'm gonna have to say it, man. I like the king, yo, the King Viserys.
Yeah, Corey or this motherfucker Viserys falling apart ass.
I thought he did very well this season, man. I think probably because he was the most consistent one through the whole season, and I really liked his transition into die. I really felt him on that last episode. I felt that he just brought it. So when he did die, I felt it. I felt that he was ready to go. I mean, so that's why I really liked him in this series. Other than that, I think Daemon was the most exciting to watch because you never knew what he was going to do. And I just love the politicking of the show. Really, it's not even a character, but just the politicking of the Game of Thrones. I just like.
All right, last question.
That is a character though, Corey. That's a good one. Yeah.
Who was your least favorite?
Well, you know, who's your favorite, yo?
Mine was Aemond.
Oh, all right.
Aemond?
Oh,
okay. It was Daemon, but now it's Aemond. Yo, I gotta see what he's
the twin. Yo. They're like the Powerpuff Twins, yo.
Yo, I don't know, man. He's like
that might be. You can't tell me that ain't his.
Yo.
That's what I say. You can't tell me that ain't his kid, yo. Honestly, but go ahead.
I mean, it would be kind of.
It might come out. It might come out, yo. He snuck in Alice's room one night.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who was your least favorite?
The Christian Cole. He was my least favorite.
Sir Simple-Lot.
Yeah, he was my least favorite.
I'm trying to think. It hasn't been anybody I really hated up here. But I ain't gonna lie, if I just had to pick somebody, it probably would be Sir Simple-Lot, yo. Like, I haven't really hated anybody up here.
Yeah,
I didn't really like Otto, but I think Otto served a purpose.
Right.
More of a purpose.
Hate, it could be like, I'm not saying like you don't like the way they act. They can be like Joffrey. Everybody hated Joffrey. Okay. He was such a good actor, but everybody hated him.
Then it would be not middle finger, but Mr. Toe Jam, the guy that liked the feet.
Yeah.
Larry the feet freak.
Yeah, it is. That's the guy. I can't stand him, yo. Just the way he walk in the room, he's got creeper face written all over him every time he walks in the room. So yeah, that's my guy.
He uses power over him, man. I mean, I gotta go with Sir Simp. Yo, I just think he was a sucker. Though Rhaenyra gave him the cookie, and he wanted her just like, yo, renounce your crown, yo. Let's go live in the Maldives, yo, together. Yo.
Yeah, let's make honey and biscuits.
Yeah, I'm about to say they want to be in the Maldives. They want to be living good. They wasn't be living in motherfucking little Haitian somewhere.
But then he flipped all the way to heel, yo. So fuck him.
Yeah, he did it. He did a turn. But what about you, Ali? Your least favorite?
No, Sir Simp. Everybody even when it's everybody it's nobody up there really I hate it like that. So Sir Simp is just don't have to take the crown. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it.
That's it. So everybody, if you made it this far, definitely thanks for watching. And of course, if you could give a like, a share, you know what I'm saying, that helps the channel grow. We appreciate each and every one of you who do so. And even if you don't, thanks for at least clicking on it, watching this for a couple of minutes, giving your thoughts. And, always drop your thoughts in the comments if you want to. I'm Hollywood DA, Corey Roy down below, Phenom 202 that way. And again, we out. Game of Thrones. House of the Dragons is out, baby. 2024.
You said the title wrong, yo. House of Dragons, yo.
Yeah,
that's how we say it. Yeah, House of Dragons.
House of Dragons.
It's really called the House of the Dragons, but
House of
Dragons. Yo.
House of Dragons.
That's fucked up. That shit's gonna be Thrones forever.
You can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you'll get with this, cause this is where it's at. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with